In my journal, I'll write down what I believe is the correct answer to each of the questions. Welcome back to Blueprints. My name is Noel, I'm a Swiss game designer and programmer, and yesterday we did the final school exam, but I did pretty poorly, I'm pretty sure about that, and we should get our results here, exam results. They are not going to be pleasant, I'm pretty sure about that, but we have to look at them. Oh, it's actually better than I thought. Final exam grade. Okay, so we did almost get 70 everywhere. That is unexpected, especially in geography and history. Oh, that's it? That's all we're getting? No way, that's all we're getting. I thought we were getting the answers to know which ones I had right and which ones I had wrong. No. Wait, math and algebra. Why is that? Isn't that the same? Well, it's like algebra is the more difficult math, I would expect, right? I don't think we differentiate between math and algebra in our school. Arts, I'm terrible. Like, there were some questions about which paintings were hung up in the schoolroom. Terrible, no idea. So after we do today's run, I will go back into the exam and analyze every single question again. And I will, in my journal, I'll write down what I believe is the correct answer to each of the questions. I'm also not sure if I need to get 100% everywhere. That would be crazy. I don't think I need to do that. I should probably be allowed to make some mistakes. But I want to basically have all the questions ready, so when we get there next time, I can just look at my journal and just select the answers, so that we don't run into that same issue again. Okay, well, I would like to go outside first, as always, check the outdoors room. If it's a schoolhouse, then we have a bit of a problem. I think I'll then immediately need to figure out what the correct solutions are before we proceed. Okay, it's not. I'm thinking about getting the shrine and doing a blessing, but I would like to get the axe, which costs some money, or the... no, actually, I don't need the torch thing. Okay, sure, let's get the shrine and let's put some money in the... like, not too much, probably. Oh yeah, there's this one as well. The trunk is locked. So you would need a key for that. Okay. That's the thing I bought in the gift shop. I'm gonna put 8 coins in here. So that we're down to 40. Blessing of the chef. For each different type of spread that you do each day, add an extra dish to the dining. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so that gives you additional steps if you do a spread. Alright, well, it's been a couple days since I uploaded the last episode because I've been busy finishing up my second devlog for my own game that I'm developing on my primary channel. I'll put a picture up here somewhere so you can see the thumbnail of that video. That's up now. Oh, hard choices here. What are we gonna do? I think I'm gonna start with the den. Don't really like the choices that much, but it is what it is. What's even the goal for today? Why is that broken? That seems very sus. I only just thought about this. Anyways, here conservatory would be good. No. We have done all the parlor games. I guess I'm still gonna go for the parlor. I don't know what the goal for today would be. Probably the mechanarium. Or the throne room, and we still need the throne room. I've been saying that for many days now, at this point. Oh, is there anything blue? No. This box is not blue, that's false. Okay, so one of these two needs to be true. The black box and blue box are empty, which means it would be in the white one. Every statement with the word blue is false. That's false. That means that one would be false too, and that would be true. But that means... well, the thing is, this one says the black box and the blue box are empty, and that's the only indicator for the gem. And if that's true, then we wouldn't know whether it's in the black or the blue. So that wouldn't help us. So this has to be false, which indicates that it's in the white one, right? Isn't that how it works? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, a throne room, I guess, would be the goal for today. Or mechanarium. But for the mechanarium, I think we would need the... I forgot what the name of this device was again. This device that lets us draft more mechanarium rooms. Not a fan of getting the observatory because it costs us a gem. But I also kind of don't want to waste a door here. So maybe mechanarium, I guess. That's the boat, so 50% off. That is... what is that? Oh, we have that problem that we can't click the thing behind it. Dead end rooms are more common today. Oh, that's not actually behind it. That's closed. So this star formation closes these in so we can't reach them. That's why this is the dead end constellation. Now I get it, okay. Southern Cross with 4 doors are more common today. Now I get it, okay. Then here to the left would be good. Cloister. Wow. Cloister is super expensive. I might just go for the laundry room because it's not that expensive, but I don't really need the cloister here. I'd rather get that later. But I don't think the laundry room is very useful today. So let's go back. Then we'll move on here. We could do a dead end here. For example, the guest bedroom would be good, I guess. So close everything off here. There's a key card. That's very good. Then I think that's it. It's actually good, the bedroom. That's pretty good, yeah. Nice. Alright, then let's go to the right, maybe. See what we get here. Oh, clock tower. Or kitchen. But kitchen... Why is there... Oh no, that's not the coupon. This little thing is the menu, I'm assuming. Okay, so we have 2 dead ends. The clock tower gives us this special item at the top. Like this timer or whatever. Not too useful. I don't think the clock tower is otherwise useful. Planetarium, also not very useful. But do I want to spend a gem on the kitchen? Not really. So maybe I'll just do planetarium and... Nah, that doesn't make any sense. Well, I guess I can go for kitchen then. Ah, don't like it. The wine cellar is good because it gives us 3 gems. The study gives us 1 gem, otherwise not very useful. I think I'm gonna go for the wine cellar. Just because of the gems. Still feel like there is more in here, but I wouldn't know what. Does this have, this has something on the left side here. As if you could get in here. Just clicking everywhere right now. I feel like we should be able to get in here. No? I know I did this a few times already, but I just feel like this is so awkward. Just don't understand. What is this there? Do you have to tap a specific stone here? Not really, right? The railing goes around the corner here. Huh. It's just weird when rooms have this specific, like, remaining part here, as if you could get in there. Or is it something with this freaking crest? This bust's head looks to the left most, yeah. But I don't know. It's weird. Okay, whatever. I guess we're moving on here. Wood-fired pizza if we have a furnace. We still want to put the furnace next to the freezer. That's still something I'd like to do. The Great Halls is not helpful. We might have to go for the cloister now, yeah. It's not optimal, but already running out of options. Can we do something here again? No, that's just the same again. And I figured out that code last time, that this is a code, but I don't know what to do with it. I don't know where to enter it. Oh. See, that's the thing. If we get the freezer here, I think I'm gonna go for the drawing room. I would like to get to the furnace first and then the freezer, not the other way around. What are we getting here? Let's see. Oh, mirror. That's also interesting. I might actually go for the Chamber of Mirrors because we have not yet been able to unlock this. And we have kind of a good chance to get around. That's something we could try today. To do the mirror room for the first ever time. Let's try. Maybe it doesn't work out, then we'll just end the day. That's alright. We have to get to this other side. Crazy, okay. Well, it's kind of tricky for sure. Because we need access from all sides now. Let's first try conservatory. Why is there a skull up here? Not sure I've ever noticed there being a skull here. You're more likely to draw unusual and rare rooms. That's actually pretty good. But I don't really want to spend a gem, so I'm going to redraw. And then it makes a line here because we're drawing. That's cool. Then I think I've been told that I missed something in dormitory. I think I've been told that I missed something in here. But I'm not sure. Someone made a comment. If I remember correctly, I was just apparently not looking at the right spot. That's a regular chessboard. But I wouldn't know. What was I apparently missing in here? Because this room was always way too empty in my opinion. Ah, here we have the boat routes. Oh, and we have... Oh, these are the... I've never actually looked at this properly. Yeah. This is the place. Okay. Can look behind the bed, but doesn't seem to help either. Well, I just don't see what it would be here. I don't know. Let's move on. Okay, so here we would like to get access to the left of the chamber as well as going around so we can access it from all sides. So here we need something like the dining room. So that's actually pretty good that we got this here. And we can now press this button as well. That opens up this left space, giving us access to yet another button, right? Maybe we should do that. Just circle around this place all the time. It does cost a couple steps, but I think that's what you're supposed to do. Don't quite understand what this mirror room is for, to be honest. Well, we're getting a key here, which is good. And then we're pressing this button. And that opens that there. Okay. So we'll try to circle around. So we need to now go over there. That means here to the left if possible, which we can do with the reading nook. Let's do that. From the reading nook we know that we get a library. Now the problem is if we don't get to go to the left, we're screwed. Well, the library does go to the left. And we could do the weight room. I think I'm gonna go for the weight room. Just to... I know I'm losing a bunch of steps. Oh, look at that. That also confirms that if you have the pressure hammer in the code check, you can still get the lever. Let's see what this opens. Oh. Oh, okay. That's good. That opens that there. That opens that there, okay. And that opens that there. Oh, and that closes it again. Okay, that's also good to know. We don't want to close ourselves in. But we should now be able to open this button. And that opens this. And then we can go here. Wait, which button have I not pressed yet? Oh, I think I've pressed all of them. Ah. Oh. What the heck? The heck? Wait. Ah, I need to make sure I don't open the correct ones. I need to lower the ones. But where do I want to go? That's the question. There is something in there that we can open. There as well. In each corner there is a little... Okay, so we have to go back down and we need to make sure we have an access point for each corner, I'm assuming. How do we do that? Wait, so if I press this, that closes that. And then we press this, that closes that. Okay, so we should be able to access 2 of them now, right? Let's see. Okay, so you get a bunch of coins. Okay. Billiard room. You found a duplicate copy of one of your floor plans. Would you like to permanently add an additional billiard room to your drafting pool? That gives us additional keys, which are generally really good. I think that's actually a good idea. That means we can get 2 per day. Extra keys is actually generally pretty good. So I think I'm going to do that. Interesting. Okay, now we want to get access to the other 2. How are we going to do that? Okay, we need to... What happens if we click here? That's not useful. And here? That's okay. And here? That's not useful. And here? Okay, that's probably useful, but right now... Okay. Well, we have to go up a few more times then. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but... Here. Gym. You found a duplicate copy of one of your floor plans. Would you like to permanently add a gym to your drafting pool? Yeah, I just don't think... There's nothing in this room usually. It's a red room as well. I just don't think I want that. I don't know why you would want that. Like, why is that here? We need to do it one more time to get over there. That's so weird. Why is that a thing? The billiard room, you know, maybe for the keys, I guess. Now we have to activate this one, I think. Yeah. I don't know. You can't move while it pushes you up. A key. Wow. So the question is, I don't think we have to ever come back here now. It's interesting that we can get duplicates here. That's also why it's the mirror room, right? Because it gives you duplicates, I guess. Let's see what we're getting here. We could go for a dead end. Like the lavatory. Right? Let's just put that here. That's just pretty useless so far. Alright, then I might want to go to the foundation through here. Could still get a freezer. Not too excited about the freezer. Okay, it's pretty bad, everything's pretty bad. I don't want to go for the archive, so I might go for the vestibule. We could go for a freezer, but if we don't get a... We're getting the freezer a lot today, why is that? Let's see what we're getting here first. Okay. We have to go for a dead end. Should I go for the mail room? Could also go for the Great Hall. But that will cost us a couple of keys, at least one. Maybe we'll go for the Great Hall. That doesn't cost us anything. But then we'll first check out the vestibule. See if we can get in here. Yeah, we can. Okay. Could do bunk room, given that we have enough other rooms. There's usually something here. But otherwise, this is usually quite empty, I think. Okay, then we could go through foundation. Then to the right here. Which is not allowed now. It's annoying. We could do utility closet, but I don't really see the point in that. Except turning off. Well, I guess we could do that and then turn off the dark room. That would be one benefit at least. Gym should be off, darkroom should be off, garage should be on. Okay, that's it. You don't have to go down to the sanctum. That's not very interesting at the moment. I think we're going back to the Great Hall and then we'll try to move on through there. Oh, now this is locked, of course. So we have to come back in again. And then it should not be locked anymore, right? Yeah. Okay. Alright, then this is our last chance at the moment. Now the question is, do we know which door leads to here out? Thing is, I don't think we do, so let's try here first. Great. The options are not that good. I think I have to go for the archives. Because we don't have enough currency for anything else. Okay, then here a West Wing Hall would be good. Don't know what this is. I think I'm gonna go for that because I don't know what it is. Usually that's a bad choice. How are we getting this again? Why do we have two of those? Oh, because we have the Chamber of Mirrors. Oh, that's so stupid. The chamber, what's the effect again? A second copies of the rooms you have already in your house. I didn't realize that's of course stupid. Yeah, today's run is pretty cursed. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go for the archived one. It's probably terrible. Yes. There's something on the table. Ah, it's annoying. I don't like the Chamber of Mirrors. We're not gonna draft that anymore, I think. I don't think that's a very good idea. Yeah, we can't get this. This is our... we have to go for the archive floor plan, and that could be a dead end too. Oh, well. And didn't I deactivate the function of this room? This is so terrible. Today's run is cursed. Well. I'm gonna go for the free option. Another archive. And here... well, middle option, I don't know. Order placed. Yeah, we've not been in here for quite a while, so let's quickly check in to see if anything changed. Wait, no, we have not read that. Simon, my name is Randolph Moore. I'm the lead lab technician and I have worked here for over a decade. I was thrilled to discover you have found our humble lab and have begun to run some experiments of your own. I tend to keep an eye on the small spikes in radiation levels on the estate, as it's one of the only ways I can monitor your progress from the outside. All off-site connections to thermal networks have been disabled during your stay. There has been much speculation among the staff about the progress you've been making in the house, and they were all quite excited when I reported that you have been successfully running experiments. I wanted to write to you to let you know that even though you may not see us, we are rooting for you. Best of luck on the experiments, and if you like, I'll continue sending letters with helpful tips for you. Okay, and that's our dad's letter, I'm assuming. Yes. Later, alligator. Otherwise... this looks relatively samey. Duct tape. There is this, but we have looked at this. There is stuff written here, but we need the magnifying glass, which we don't have today. In case we get it, we'll come back. But for now, we have the archives to move through. Okay. Second instance of the archives. Okay, let's try to explore this part here then, which is annoying if you don't know what you're getting. I think I have to go for this one because the rest is kind of or I could go secret. That costs a gem though. This is, yeah, of course it's a bunk room. The archive is annoying. Stupid. Okay, well. Today's run is definitely not that great. Well, we could get the furnace, but then we're locked out. Or we could get the archive floor plan, which could be a dead end, which is also terrible. So I think I'm gonna go for the observatory. That means we can't reach the left side anymore, but... well... diamonds, okay, keys, even more keys. Chests. What's that? That's an apple, and that's more crossrooms, okay. Yeah. Where are we going here? Straight left is good. Yeah, well... I can't go for the redacted rooms because I don't know what it is. We could do a lab. Probably gonna try that. Maybe we can do something interesting. Kimberly. Experiment. Okay, what are the... That's a good one. I'm gonna go for that. Whenever you draft a shop, the next times you open a locked trunk. That's actually good, because we can go back to the start and do this. When you draft a hallway from another, let's do this with the trunks, and then we'll open a bunch of trunks to improve our allowance, which we should be able to do. Let's see what we're getting here. Still have 4 keys. Could do music room. That gives us even more keys. Regular key, of course, garden key, not useful today. What are we getting here? Yeah. We could do the clock tower, then at least we start with a key tomorrow. How many, for each time room, how many time rooms do we have? Oh, that's one time room. But that's also, we have the mail room, that's also a time room. Or we do this, I don't know what this is. So maybe clock tower. Just to increase keys for tomorrow. But otherwise I don't think there's anything here. If I remember correctly. Oh, a shovel, wow. Oh, the item's not here anymore. This clock item. Can you only pick that up once? I'm guessing. Oh, this is a hint of the colors. Southward. Wait, let me check my document. We do have our table here, and I think I have all colors figured out. So southward I see a swan. Morachai. Well. Ashen-like sands off the shore. Carried by the westwardly winds. West is wind. Well. Rogue like the moon of the north. Eastward I see a crow. Crows are black. Yeah, that makes sense because red came in and pushed black into the east. So we are west of... I think we're probably... Let me see the geography class. So this is black. This is red. I just don't understand why it said south would be white, because there is nothing south of here. Dark are the days coming forth. We are in this area. Which one is that? We are here. I don't know, we're somewhere here. But I have a... Aha. That's just because I happen to be here on the exact same correct time again. It's, what a coincidence again. Okay, well, whatever. I don't really need to do anything here, I think. And we already did that puzzle. That's what that was in the video, which I titled the best puzzle in Blueprints, because I do think this is the best puzzle in the game. This one here. So far, at least. Alright, I think I'm gonna go back to the start. We'll open... Were there 2 trunks here? Now I'm not sure anymore, but we have at least some trunks in the den somewhere. Those should give us allowance. And afterwards we will check our answers in the test and see if we can figure out which are the correct ones, so we can fix the test next time. Oh, there's a pizza here. Let's get the pizza. The way we're unable to finish our pizza every time. Do I have a shovel now? Oh, I have a shovel now, right. Rock. Okay. Yeah, there's trunks here. Very good. So we can increase our allowance a few times. Very nice. That's not useful at all. These dice, because I can't draft anything anymore. Silver key also not useful. None of this stuff is useful, but at least our allowance is now at 51 here. We have also no more keys. That's done. And I wouldn't know what else to do. Today was kind of mid. We did do the Chamber of Mirrors finally, so I'm happy about that. We don't have to do that anymore, I think. Unless if we do get up in the upper area again and they change out the gym duplicate so we can get a different duplicate room every time that we go up there. But that seems unlikely, although we need to verify that, so we definitely have to go there again. The question is, do I even want duplicate rooms? That's a good question. Alright, I'll end the day and then we'll check the answers on the test. Red Inn of the Dead. Very red flags as well. Why is it of the dead, though? Because I haven't drafted anything? Don't know. Welcome back, and let's now figure out how we can pass this quite difficult test, actually. I'm still surprised about my score in history. So what I already did is I already went through the previous video and I analyzed each of the questions. So I put that into my journal here, as you can see. What I realized is that the questions, you can always take like 5-6 questions and then those are a chapter, for example, the color chapter. And then the next 5-6 questions are the next chapter. For example, no, maths is the second one. With one exception, which might be the last question, which is an algebra question about this specific perfect number. And that is at the end of the Irajan questions. Although I don't really think that is an Irajan question. I just think they had to put it at the end because that's number 46 and the answer to that question is actually 46. I just don't understand why they didn't just put the algebra chapter at the end. Then they could have had this one at the end anyways. I don't know why they had to put Irajan here in between. That is a bit confusing to me. Anyways, so I categorized each question based on the topic. And then based on the score that I got, except for the 100 ones, for example, here 75% in art, that indicates that there are 4 art questions and that I got 1 wrong of them. So in fact, if we go to art here, we got 75%, 3 out of 4 correct in that case. And what I did is I looked at all the questions and I tried to figure out which ones I believe I had right. So for art, I think it's either jungle or that's this one with this angel picture where you have to find the difference. I still don't understand what to do there. But I think it's either the jungle or the R that's wrong. That's why this is orange. So one of them is probably I got right by accident, but the other one I got wrong. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through each topic and we're going to look at the ones I got wrong or potentially wrong. And we're going to try to figure out which ones are the right answers. Now here in color, the first chapter, I got 100% right. But I wasn't quite sure about these 2 answers here, question 1 and 2. But since I got everything right, it doesn't matter. Like, it's fine. These must have been correct since I got 100%. Then in maths, I got 1 mistake. And that was really weird to me. I thought, like, math is quite easy. Why did I get a mistake? Well, it turns out, number 11, I just didn't answer the question. I just skipped it. Wow. Then science, 100% correct. We don't need to look at that. Then geography, 5 out of 7. So 2 mistakes, but I'm not sure if it's 18, 19, or 23 that I got wrong. And I will now look those up because I can't be bothered to go through all of those books again. I'm sorry in case you were hoping to sit down with me for another 2 hours and look at books, but I don't want to do that. I don't have the time for that. So let's look at question 18. In case you're wondering, that's just my previous self here behind me, but we don't need to pay attention to that. We're looking at question 18. The city of Fen is south of which small body of water? Oh, okay, so this gives us all the answers. I mean, okay, I'm just going to make sure that I'm not scrolling past. Where's 18? Here. The city of... Oh, this doesn't even give us the answers. These are just the questions. Where are the answers? Oh, these are the answers. No. Answers show. Aha, here. So 18 is Morning Bay and 19 is 2. So apparently it's south not of Trinsdale Lake but of Morning Bay. I no idea. No idea where it even says that in the game. How many cities in Fen Aries are larger? 2, and 2 is actually the one that I ended up getting here. So 2 is actually correct, but this is not Trinsdale, but this is Morning Bay. So this is actually Morning Bay. And then 2 is correct. That means I got the 23 one wrong as well. I said Mount Holly, Oris, Orindia. I was actually second guessing myself while I was answering that. It's Mount Holly, Reddington, Fen Aries. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's here 23. Mount Holly. As I clicked it, I wanted to change it to the Mount Holly, Reddington because I only then read it. I think I read Mount Holly and was like, yeah, that's it. But yeah, I didn't realize you couldn't change anymore. But it's totally B, Reddington. That's actually one that I should have gotten right. Holly, Reddington, Fen Aries. Okay. All right. Then in art, I said 25. I said jungle. Let's see what the question was again. Which of the following pieces of art was not displayed in grade 5 classroom? Yeah, come on. What a question. I don't know. I said jungle, and it is in fact jungle. So, and then 27 is I. So 27 is this weird question that I still don't even know what this is about. We'll look up what this is about in a minute. I said R, but apparently it's I. But a jungle turned out to be correct. So 27 is I. Answer B. Orindia is the country. Orindia is the angel. Therefore, the letter I is the difference. Orinda is the angel. Actually, that's good to know. We can put that into our angel. So this apparently is Orinda here. All right. I probably read that somewhere, but you know. Okay, then we get it. So it's Orinda and Orindia, and the difference is I. Now, history, this one surprised me tremendously. The only one that I think I should have gotten right is nuance. I mean, I'm not sure if that's right, to be honest. But I remember there's something being about nuance having a different stance towards Fen or Orindia or something. That's why I answered nuance here. But otherwise, everything else was more or less guessed. And turns out I only had one mistake. That's super lucky. So let's look at 28 then. So in 28, I said General Teskin, who was the first crowned ruler of Fen Aries. So in 29, I said it is the 3rd era. So it's Teskin and 6th era. I did say Teskin by accident, but here I said 3rd area. That's actually 6th. Like, I don't actually care. Whatever, fine. And then everything else is supposed to be correct. So 22 grand. And then 30, I said it would be 22 years. 22 grand, yeah. So the first capital I said is Grand City of Fen. Apparently I had that right somehow. Which realm gifted a dirigible? I don't even know what that is. Oh, we call this a Zeppelin. Okay, interesting. So which country gifted a Zeppelin? Wow, I thought this was something about something different, but fine, it's nuance. That's the one I think I had correctly, but actually, now that I understand the question, I have no idea. And then I said the deciding battle was fought on the Colossus. And then Colossus, complete guess. It's also correct. Okay. Then algebra, I had everything correctly. Iranian, I had 2 mistakes. All right, question number 40. What is the Iranian word for house? I said that is hue, and I think that's correct. Then the next answer I gave was Newgate, and I think that was correct too. What does Nevyait mean? That probably means new gate. The phrase Treyvenle can be translated in several different ways. Which of the following is not an acceptable interpretation? I said my tree is not very old. Let's see if that's correct. My tree is not very old. That is in fact correct. Wow, okay, that was more or less a guess actually. Then 43. How would you say the following phrase in Iranian? You have a very, very long name. I said this will be Ulraya Roam, whatever. And that is in fact correct. Wow. Some lucky guesses there, certainly. Then 44, I said, how would you tell an Iranian count me out? I said el count vo. I remember choosing this because verbs are often used like the foreign terms. So that's why I thought if it has count in it, that's correct. But it is not correct. Apparently you want le. Isn't le just without? And then that implies without me, I guess. Okay, that's supposed to be le. And then I guess this is wrong as well. The et tre. Yeah, that was the one with the directions. I said et tre. Turns out the correct answer is agin et of tre isa trevo. What the heck? I wouldn't even know where it says that. Like, where is that explained? Okay, well. Anyways, I'm surprised that I did that well, like, especially in history. And I guess next time when we do the test, we will be able to get 100%, hopefully, since I now have looked up the ones I didn't actually know, which is a bit of cheating, I understand, but to be honest, I just don't want to do another 20 episodes trying to chase down these answers or having a 2-hour episode where I just go through the books. That just doesn't seem to be that interesting, neither for me nor for you guys out there. So I thought this is a good compromise to move things along. Alright, that's it for today. If you've enjoyed this episode, then feel free to leave a like at the bottom and subscribe if you want to follow along until the end of this playthrough. Until next time, take care.